played playing video games. His disgruntled mom scolded him. He had to end the game at the most interesting place and go to sleep. He took off his glasses and put them just near. Mario was still flashing before his eyes. The boy felt slightly dizzy. Olson found himself in a dream. He could hardly see anything without his glasses, so he tried to understand where he was by touch. The boy felt scared. He felt the pain from hitting the ground and found it quite strange. Could one really feel something inside a dream? Poor child, let me help you. Who are you? Don't worry, I'll make you happy. Suddenly, Olson's eyes could see everything with no glasses on. He was so happy. He thanked the clown for such a miracle. Pennywise offered the boy to ride the Ferris wheel, and Olson agreed. The wheel took him higher. This is the best dream in my life. Olson looked down and saw that there was only lava instead of amusement park. The poor kid begged for help, but the attraction brought him right down. In the morning, Squishy was heading to school. He really didn't want to meet his offenders. He saw these hooligans bullying his classmate Nazara in one of the alleys. Squishy felt so bad for her. He got over his fear, came out of hiding, and asked the hoodlums to stay away from her. The chase began. Squishy ran as fast as he could, but he ended up back into a corner, just and took out a knife. "Let's hang a Colombian necktie on you." The sound of the opening window distracted them. They saw someone's body floating in the air and ran off. Frightened Squishy called the police. Black Hat's team came to the site of the accident. They brought the body down to the ground. Squishy told them that it was Olson's, his classmate's house. The cops came inside. The victim's bed was all burned. Someone torched him. Squishy came to school and told the teacher this terrible news about Olson. The man got frustrated. His heart started aching. He asked the kids to get ready for the class, and he himself went to the infirmary to get the tranquilizers. Doctor gave him the pills. "Take no more than one a day." The teacher swallowed one, but his anxiety didn't go anywhere. He then ate several more of them and headed to the class. But the medicine kicked in, and he had to crawl to the storage room so that no one could see him in such a condition. He took too many of them and passed out too quickly. In his dream, he saw that amusement park. It was a cellar. Red-hot pipes scalded his leg. The clown was laughing at the teacher and offered him to fly on air balloons. He remembered that Clark flew to the school on that air balloons too. He felt frightened and he wanted to run away from this creature. Pipes were getting hotter and hotter. A cloud of steam knocked him off and he fell into the abyss. The man ended up in the grave. He wanted to get out, but his arms and legs just wouldn't listen. He couldn't do anything. "Now this is your personal grave." Pennywise started burying the poor guy. The lecture had already begun, but the teacher didn't show up. The hooligans started fooling around, while Squishy quietly left the classroom and went to search for the man. He noticed the mess near the closet, opened the door, and saw the teacher's hand sticking from under the ground. Squishy tried to get Mr. Hugh out, but he wasn't strong enough. He asked the guard for help, and together they pulled the man out of there. He was dead. They had to call the police. Black Hat's team headed to school immediately. The cops started examining the site of the accident and interrogating the people. The hoodlums persuaded the officers that Squishy hated the teacher and that most probably he killed the man. The school's guard said that he was peacefully sitting at his place, watching the TV. when this neurotic boy appeared from nowhere and started yelling and waving his hands like a proper psycho. The guard followed him and saw a hand sticking out of the ground. Black had arrested Squishy on suspicion of murder. He was brought to the police station and locked down in a cell during the investigation. He tried to defend himself, but nobody really listened to him. "This is all our fault. He's back." Squishy didn't expect to meet Clark's father face to face. This man killed his own son as if hypnotized. Squishy secretly crawled under his bed. There he felt safe. "He'll find you anyway." Squishy realized that Mr. Bald knew perfectly he was there, but he stayed under the bed anyway. Then came the night, and everyone fell asleep. The kid found himself in that very amusement park that Nazara had told him about. Out of habit, he hid in the bushes, and did rightly so. Pennywise appeared. "Hey, who's there? Come out." He almost found Squishy. "I will destroy you. Why did you kill my son?" Bald tried to hit the clown, but these air balloons lifted him up in the air. He yelled something and threatened to kill him, but the clown just laughed. Bald ended up at the water attraction. His swan began to swim in circles rapidly. The man begged to stop this as he couldn't swim. The clown stopped the attraction, and Bald fell to the very bottom. "I know you're still here." The officer's screams woke Squishy up. They ran inside the cell to get Bald out of the toilet. The boy was accused of another murder and was put in a single cell for particularly dangerous criminals. On the next day, the principal met the kids near their school. "We're looking for a new teacher for you. There will be no classes for now." Everyone got so excited and ran about their business. It was only Nazara and Dead Rat who froze with droopy eyes and absolutely no desire to have fun. "What's going on? I'm scared to sleep. These nightmares." "That clown in the park?" The two friends discussed their terrifying dreams and realized that this clown Pennywise was murdering everyone. They headed to the police station, found Black Hat, and shared all their arguments. But the detective only laughed at them. They offered him to chase after some imaginary clown in a dream. They were kicked out of the building and threatened to be taken to the psychiatrist in case they continued to talk nonsense. Dead Rat remembered one story on the way home. Her father was preaching in church every Sunday, and one day, two out-of-town visitors came to his sermon. Father invited them to the confessional. Dead Rat decided to eavesdrop. She hid inside the booth, under the bench. The first man entered and started telling the preacher about his sins that he's committed. It turned out that he was a hitman and killed a lot of Roblox citizens. But then, he decided to walk a better path, and now he helped the FBI in different unusual situations. Then the second guy, Moses, entered. He was the FBI special agent, and he's been through a lot of bad things too, which haunted him. After confession, Moses gave the priest his card and asked to give him a call in case he would need his help. Dead Rat offered Nazara to ask Moses for help, but unfortunately, they didn't have any proof of their words. Then Nazara offered to catch this clown on a video. They would then show this footage to Moses, and he would believe them. The girls came to Dead Rat's house, taped the phone to Nazara, and she went to sleep. "Wake me up in 10 minutes. Guys, if you like the story, let's gather 10,000 likes, and I will make the second episode.
You just want the benefits. Yeah. All access granted. 4 season passes, no longer valid. Let's re-examine it. On the defensive, cause you ain't committed. We in this position, cause I let it happen, yeah. Looking right back at you. And I ask you what we're doing. Suffer thought or attitude. I just want some follow through. You don't want a relationship, you just want the benefit. Can't make a decision. Want perks, no commitment. You don't want a relationship, you just want the privilege. Here you can be